Strange, Pult versus aLive, and then Pult versus eLaser, aLive versus eLaser, and then eLaser Strange as our last match of the day. Just because we have too many. Just because we have eLaser, because we moved the games like an hour earlier. eLaser had school until until 1 hour's time or something. So we had to sort of change that. All right, guys, let's see how this goes. I've got no idea how the game looks right now. I think we're running okay, though. I think for now we're okay. We haven't crashed yet, which is good. 30 seconds in game, we're looking good. Let me know what you guys think. As we have to the bottom left side of the map, our teal Terran player, it is aLive. And down to the bottom right, our red Protoss is going to be Strange. What I'm also waiting for is, because I've upped my bitrate, I'm really waiting for like my mum or something, my dad to like suddenly start using the internet or for something, and all of a sudden I'm just going to start dropping frames because my internet can't handle it. So we're pushing things to the limit today. I'm feeling experimental, I'm feeling hopeful. So let's see if it pays off. So this probe going to come up and scout here right away from Strange. Has a little bit of a look to see what's going on around the map. For now, not really looking to be anything too different than just a gateway expand. Look at this though, out of Pult. CC first coming in down to the bottom left hand side. So Pult's going to open with a nice, well, economic based opening. He's going to get a couple of racks down, probably go up to 3 racks even. And this will give him a very strong bio based opening to play with. And Pult loves doing this sort of build order actually. He has always been one of these players who, well, factory based players generally been the go-to to open with. He's always been a player who has enjoyed bio plays and bio based timings in all the matchups. In TvZ, for example, I remember when he played against, for example, Snoot in the grand finals of WCS Winter Championship, when he played against Nurture a couple of times here and there, he's always been a player who's not afraid to kind of go for big bio time and stim combat shield attacks before medevacs are out. And that's the sort of thing which these 3 barracks early on after a CC first will allow you to start doing here. So, sorry, we're not talking about Pult, it's aLive. God damn it, why am I'm horrendous. Did I introduce him as Pult? Jesus, I probably did, didn't I? Okay, well, just scrap what I've said. Let's just pretend the start of this game never happened. Okay, aLive. Well, aLive is, actually, this is a bit weird, because I wouldn't say aLive is the sort of person to actually do. He's actually quite the opposite, but I wouldn't say he is sort of experimental to the point where he does this sort of opening quite often. So, it's kind of interesting to see him going CC first and changing things up a little bit, because we do see aLive quite a lot. We see him pretty frequently when we cast online cups and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm intrigued that he's kind of going CC first, because I just don't feel as though there's something we see from him super regularly. We've already seen a Robo Facility coming down from Strange in his main base, Twilight Council coming down as well. So very standard from Strange, just setting up Robo Twilight. That combination of buildings can get you so much done in the early stages of the game. So, Robo Twilight getting set up here early on. I'm just going to be seeing a couple of refineries coming down as well from aLive. It's very standard stuff here. I just don't believe. I don't even want to know how long I was talking about him as Pult for. That's because I had Pult on my mind, because Pult's going to be playing the next 3 series. I just had Pult on my mind. Apologies, guys. Wow, disgraceful. That's me. That doesn't bode well, does it? A huge mistake at the start of the cast, and we've got a good few hours of casting to go. We've got 4 hours of SGL, and then we've got 4 hours of SGL, and we've got 4 hours SGL. And then however long Casper Cup qualified takes, which will probably be 5 or 6 hours. So we've got a long cast again today. So oh dear. Strange gonna drop down the he's gonna drop down the Dark Shrine. And he's gonna be he's gonna be dropping down the Dark Shrine. He's gonna be setting up into a bit more of an aggressive opening than usual. So Dark Shrine coming down. I mean, it's interesting to see how this is going to play out as kind of time goes by. So, this starts to come up here. Prism will come across the map. I mean, this is the thing with a Robo Twilight. You can actually go into so many different things. You can just open with a Blink play and, harass with some Stalkers early on and stuff like that. And you can also just, yeah, you can harass with a Blink play a bit. You can go for a Dark Templar play super fast. I mean, how prepared is aLive for this Blink? For his DT play? Well, he has a scan save, maybe 2, coming up. Depends if he starts dropping another mule or so. But actually, only relying on scans to deal with Dark Templar can be very frustrating, because if they split up correctly, then you can force 2 free scans, and you just don't have that many saved up as a Terran player. However, there's a missile turret coming up at the front, so actually aLive is going to be a bit more prepared than, you sort of look to be initially. You're going to see the DT coming in at the front, has to turn away. Two DTs into the main base, just going to probably try and lift up into the Warp Prism, but he gets pushed away. Oh, he just saves one of them, and he is going to get pushed away with the Warp Prism by those Bio units. So Bio unit's going to push that Warp Prism back, and that's going to be seen. Adept just sitting here on this southern watchtower. So early opening from Strange hasn't really done a lot. aLive here is, well, he's used one scan to deflect 2 DTs so far, or 3 DTs, but only killed 1. Shit like this, the DT is going to come in and protect the Warp Prism as a couple of Marines try and come in towards it. Keeping the Warp Prism nearby as he picks off another Marine, just wants to be ready to lift that up at a moment's notice. Actually, with no Marines in the bunker will start to take some damage. SCVs get pulled into this. There's a few Marines coming in, but again, just forces some SCVs off the line. So while Strange hasn't done a lot straight away here, he's done probably enough to sort of slow aLive down and set up over here. So just going to be seeing this Marine moving around the right-hand side, and yeah, Marine's just going to move around the right-hand side. You're going to see this Warp Prism sort of just moving around a little bit as well. Still here just to look to continue harassing. Thank you very much, Winter Gaming, for hosting us up for 460 viewers. Hello to everyone from Winter. Thank you for dropping by, and this is the SGL Cup number 4. Obviously, we got Pult here. No, god damn it, why do I think this guy's Pult every time? Oh my god, you're catching me on a real kind of stupid day. We've got aLive here playing against Strange. We also have Pult and E-Laser in the group. And, sorry, I'm just not working. So welcome to the stream. Hello everyone from Winter Gaming. Thank you very much, Winter, for the host. Oh, why do I keep thinking aLive is Pult? There's just something about him. I really think it's the CC first is like completely thrown it in my mind. For some reason, I'm convinced that he's Pult. I'm convinced that he's Pult. Oh man. Right, double drop across the map. Here we go. aLive setting up to this south side. We're going to be seeing a couple of Adepts, a Sentry, a couple of Stalkers, and an Immortal. We're going to be setting up over here. Scan will come down, just wants to spot what's going on. He actually is going to stim in. One of the negatives of going for the Dark Shrine early is he doesn't have as many units out as he might usually. And as Strange tries to go up into Colossus play, we're going to be seeing, well, a lot of the Gateway units picked off there. Actually leaves the Immortal alive. The Immortal's alive. And he actually picks off like the Stalkers, the Sentry, and an Adept. This is an interesting way to trade, because usually you'd think, let's take down the big beefy units. But he actually feels as though there's more value by targeting down the smaller units, which are much faster to kind of be killed off here. 2 more medevacs towards the center of the map. Warp Prism is still around from Strange. We have a DT just sat in the main base. DT out here too. They're from early in the game still, just looking to see what else they can get up to. Going to come forward with this DT now. Swipe onto the Marauder a couple of times. Maybe the Widowmine would be a nice kill. Doesn't quite get it though, unfortunately. I'm just going to be seeing those units just gathering up on the south side. So, you're just gathering up on the south side. We're just going to be seeing Colossi joining up together here from Strange over to the right. A few extra Adepts going to be warping in. So he did survive the initial attack, and we'll look to see if he can survive the next one too. Triple drop actually loading up, and then going to unload right here. So maybe feeling as though he's been spotted or so. Just wants to be unloaded and ready to go, it seems. Warp Prism's still out the front. How long can a Warp Prism sit here for without just being picked off? A Liberator going to fly past the Warp Prism now as well, and aLive still not kind of taking that down. A little bit of a mistake. Okay, he stims forward here. He's definitely seen it. That Warp Prism will fall. Obviously, picking off a Warp Prism is really neat because it just shuts down a lot of pressure on the other side of the map. So that's a really, really nice little pick off there. And as we'll be seeing, units just gathering together once again from aLive. So lots of units gathering up. You'll see a few Stalkers blinking around as well. And a couple of Stalkers just hitting on this Liberator. 5 kills from the Liberator though. And it's also picked up a couple of Stalker kills there as well, so pretty effective play. Also Liberator, sorry, this is the Liberator which got the 5 kills. It's actually Liberator in the third base, just getting a couple of Stalkers. So this Liberator going to get away. Nice little multi-pronged harassment by aLive just to slow Strange's economy down just a little bit. Bioforces will join up together once again, as we're going to be seeing us starting to move over to the right side of the map. Looking to see what he's going to be able to engage into. We see a few Adept Stalkers and a couple of Immortals, and the Colossus kind of starting to get there on 1 so far. Is he really still only on 1? Man, he must have delayed the second Colossus production for a long time, unless he lost one. I just didn't realize. No, it's strange. I wonder why he's not started his second Colossus for so long. It's very weird. It's very, very weird. Anyways, Scan comes down out of aLive, and again just having a little bit of a look to see what's going on. Widowmine going to burrow out the front. I'm just going to be seeing the +2/+2 upgrades from aLive continuing to come in. We see the +2 attack from Strange as well. For now, the upgrade's actually fairly even. Strange is only on a single forge, though, so he will fall behind in the armor upgrade. But that's not too much of a deficit. At least it's not an entire set of upgrades which he'll be behind in. Strange obviously spotted this Widowmine here. Just pulling an Observer back to deal with that. Obviously important to try and keep that active, as we're going to see a few Marines trying to stim in. Ooh, look at that. Strange, so fast to react and pull that Colossus back into the main. When he sees it's only 4 Marines, though, he's like, oh, okay, well, actually, I can fight that. That's very engageable for me as aLive. Making a little bit of a move out towards the center, but is unable to really get anything done, as Strange just sits still on this bottom watchtower. A beefy army, which our Terran can't quite attack into just yet, although that Viking count is rising. He's getting to the composition he needs to fight against this. And aLive is going to max out very shortly, so as he maxes out, be interesting to see how, you know, how he takes the fight. You know, how does he try and engage into this? It's only 2 Colossi, so honestly, his Viking count is probably already good. And the other thing is, there's not many Stalkers in this army from Strange to kind of fight against those Vikings. So we're going to see him start to target the Vikings down right now, but you can just see the Colossi die way too quickly. And as aLive fights into this, all of a sudden the Colossi are dead, the Vikings will land to buffer a little bit in the front, and as the Adepts go down especially, this Bioforce is just going to rip through the army of Strange, and he's going to start getting rid of these Immortals, a few more Adepts going down, and that is going to be Strange losing a whole chunk of units right there, and he starts to fall back. 1 Colossus left alive in the back here, but aLive takes a great fight. I mean, when you pick off both Colossi and get rid of all the Adepts, a lot of the Immortals too, you know, he got rid of all the tech-heavy units in that army of his opponent, apart from this 1 Colossus, which wasn't actually even in the army. So it was a great fight out of aLive. And now he can switch up from Viking production to Liberator production, because he knows the Colossus count has been reset, so he can add a few Liberators into play, and that just puts his army into a whole new level of strength and power here. We'll turn and fight these first couple of Stalkers which arrive, and he'll actually stay fighting this for a little while, as he begins to split up. That 1 Colossus in the back. The thing is, with only 1 Colossus, the damage isn't that great. So it is splash damage, it does okay, but there's a reason you try and get to 2 or 3 Colossi before you really try and fight. And you can just see that the 1 Colossus on its own is not going to do the sort of damage he needs to then allow the Adepts and the Stalkers to pick through the units and to finish them off. So it's just not happening for Strange. He just is in too kind of rough of a position. He is going to have another Colossus finish in a moment or two, so he's getting back to that setup. But now he's going to be down an armor upgrade, and well, Liberators on the map, right? So there's a few Liberators out. aLive's army is getting better and better, as Strange's army is going to be similar to what it was just a few minutes ago before the fight. And also, aLive, just in general, is going to max out a little bit sooner as well, so his army is just straight up larger. So that's worth keeping in mind also. Strange moving forward here. Apparently this probe is just wanting to sit on the watchtower. He's getting pushed around by this army. Look at him, he's like facing the watchtower. It's really funny when the army moved out before. Look at this poor probe, man. This is literally bullying. This guy, he's like literally been forced to join this gang of Protoss units. He's like, no, let me out, I don't want to do this. This isn't what I was meant to do with my life. Oh man, poor probe. You can see he's only meant to be on the watchtower. He's trying to get out of there. He does not want to be in this. Look, he's still facing the watchtower. Oh man, poor probe. Adept in the mineral line, not going to do a lot. As we are going to see this fight starting to happen, probe is going to be left over here in the end. As we see the Stalkers moving forwards, Strange going to try and fight this, but honestly, I mean, he just doesn't have enough, right? You can see it, he doesn't have enough Stalkers to fight the Liberators, and as we see, you know, aLive stimming in, he'll just clean out this army, and he is going to be able to take game number 1 and put himself into the lead. You can see that 1 Colossus in this Warp Prism trying to get away, but it gets shot down, and Strange will GG out after that. That's going to be game number 1 going the way of aLive. I think that's how many people will actually get transferred to their stream straight away. And of course then a few people leave and stuff like that as well. So anyways, thank you very much, Winter, for the host. Just people being people in the chat. I mean, what are you going to do? Twitch chat, man. You disappoint me. It's one of the sad things about my stream getting a little bit larger is that my Twitch chat is becoming a little bit more trolly lately. A little bit more nasty and harsh. Rip the dream of having a nice friendly community. Although we still do. Actually, to be fair, the chat's still not that bad. It hasn't been the last few days, even when we've had very good viewership, so that's pretty crazy. Anyways, game 2. Strange and aLive. aLive. Not pulled alive. God, how many times was I going to say that last game? That was crazy. I don't think it's ever happened to me where you've just genuinely mistaken someone for another player. Like, why would it happen? Such a dumb mistake. Kind of funny though. To the bottom right hand side, our red Terran player is going to be aLive. He represents a Freaker, of course, and he is the red Terran player. As you have to the upper left, our blue Protoss, it is Strange. Guys, how's the stream? Is it good? Is the FPS etc. staying alright? I think it should have been so far. I think it's late game ZVT fights that really screw it up. But let me know if it's all okay. Let me know if it's thumbs up. Again, I've been changing some settings, so let me know what you guys think. Let me know if it's looking good and stuff like that. Always interested to hear your guys' opinions, of course, and Again, I mean, we're looking into a lot of things to keep on improving the stream in the future, so just, yeah, setting up into this. Okay, number 2 of the series as well. Probe, you can come up the ramp. Actually stopped up there, could have got a bit more information, although not really much more that he needs. I mean, he's seen a Marine, he sees a reactor, sees the CC. He'll know that the factory, if there's a Marine first, he'll know the factory is able to have come down here a little while ago, so nothing too strange right away. aLive going to take a second gas, so we are going to see a fair commitment to the 111 setup, the barracks, the factory, and the starport. And obviously on this map, you can oftentimes see a tech lab, a siege tank, and a medvac coming out very early for a tank evac attack, followed by a cyclone and a liberator. That's super popular here on Frozen Temple due to the way the natural is laid out and so on. But at the same time, what, well, we might just see like a very standard Widowmine drop as well, but there's the tech lab coming down. So factory, setting it up here, and Strange going to add on a Robo with no Twilight, and I like that because honestly, a Robo and no Twilight is a very suggestive way that he's just going to make enough units and just get enough up to defend against this aggressive attack of his opponents. So Strange, for me, is already setting up in a nice little way. Has Pult already played? Pult will be coming up in the next series, and then he'll be playing 3 series in a row. We just wanted to get you guys warmed up a little bit before we get into those Pult matches. Just get you guys set up and ready. Chat, not that bad. Challenge accepted. Oh god. Oh god, what have I done? A few Marines are going to set up at the front here. I'm just going to be seeing another Marine or 2 coming down the ramp. Cyclone is on the way up early at the tech lab actually, after this tank evac. So tank evac attack is going to be coming in. There's the Cyclone, and as gas comes in from aLive, he'll probably start a Liberator very shortly as well. So coming up towards the upper left side, we'll be moving in with these Marines, and well, let's see what Strange is going to have to fight against this. Right now he has a few Stalkers. He should have a couple extra gates already up, right? Yeah, so just needs to morph them into warp gates actually. One of the best ways to fight this is probably just go kind of sooner rather than later. Get another warp into Stalkers or so, pull the probes in, just sort of fight. And that's the way that a lot of people have been doing this lately, although for now he seems to be going for a bit more of a passive approach. First pylon going to go down. May as well have cancelled that one, honestly. You see him. Couple Marines going down, go down here. A little bit of micro mistakes. Actually, that Cyclone taking a few hits, but that's what the SCVs are pulled across here for, to help repair and to build this bunker, obviously, as well. As this pylon goes down, we'll see another bunker coming a bit further forwards. Oh, wow, bunkers to the side. Interesting that he builds them so far to the right-hand side, so attackable from the high ground. Obviously, the siege tank here will try and help defend the high, from the high ground, etc. But there's still, enough Stalkers to just come in, a couple of shots of the, a couple of shots on the bunkers, or even the siege tank, and to help push this away. I guess a few Marines as well, though, make it a bit more difficult. And well, aLive setting up into a very nice little position down on the low ground here. These Stalkers starting to move forwards again. Liberator will siege up. As we see already, these Stalkers going to commit forwards. Look how much damage they are taking. The Liberator goes down, but was it worth it? Because he lost a lot of Stalkers there. That was 3 Stalkers for the Liberator. I'm not too sure. aLive did lose a few Marines, a few more Marines than he should have done already, actually, because he ran them into that overcharge once or twice. You can see the medevac giving the high ground vision. Cyclone locks on as well. And those Stalkers keep on taking so much damage here. Overcharge comes in. Oh, the Cyclone gets lifted and saved by the medevac. Are the SCVs still alive? No, they're not. So the Cyclone actually very low on health. Has to be very cautious now. Oh, he's going to go down, isn't he? Yeah, the Cyclone gets targeted. So a little bit of a mistake there. I mean, it's one of these build modes where you have to always be very careful with all the different things that you try to do. Maybe you've seen these Marines going to pick off another couple of Stalkers. At the same time, we do have a War Prism across the map. Liberator sieges up to try and defend, though. 8 workers have gone down. So already Strange after doing a fair amount of damage across the map with this Liberator, with this War Prism. He is going to force it back. Problem is, Strange is going to lose his Nexus. There's no way he defends against this. There's no way he fights through 4 bunkers. And that's sort of the issue. And this is why sometimes you just have to sort of fight this army sooner rather than later. Because at this point now, he's let way too many bunkers come up. There's 2 tanks here. It's such a difficult position to fight out of now. Whereas before, pull some probes in, you're going to take losses, but he just stopped this from really sort of getting to the stage it's at right now. Stalkers are going to come across the map, and, well, they do have Blink. Actually, I'd say one thing I quite often like to see is the Widowmine play. Sorry, the Dark Shrine play against this build. But actually, when it's on 2 bases, maybe not so much, because on 2 bases you actually have more scans. If it's the 1 base variant, I actually feel as though the Dark Shrine can be very effective because your opponent's unlikely to have multiple scans available to keep getting rid of those DTs. So it's pretty interesting. Stalker's blinking over this wall here, actually getting rid of the tank, but there's another tank on the high ground. Strange is taking so much damage on these units. Blinks back away. Not worth it though for the amount of which he killed. Gonna salvage those bunkers, back away with this tank too. I mean, at this point he may as well. He hasn't really got anything to really stay out on that side of the map for. If he's not going to push up into the main base, and the natural expansion's already dead, then he may as well just back away and come back down to this bottom right-hand side. Stalker's going to be blinking up to the high ground, trying to get another tank, but there's a tank on the low ground. I love that aLive has these tanks split up all the time. It just helps him to kind of keep more stuff safe, as we're going to see. Oh, he cancelled Stim! Even though Stim didn't get killed here. Oh, well, that's a little bit of a mistake. Well, he's going to lose the tech lab anyway, although he probably could have repaired it. Just probably didn't care after he cancelled it already. Couple of tanks coming over here. This is smart because actually how are those Stalkers ever going to get out now? They're being surrounded by bio units. They're going to try and get more damage done. They are going to pick off a medevac. They blink to the low ground into a tank, 2 tanks and Marines. And that is going to be devastating. Strange knows that he types out GG. And aLive is going to take game number 2.